Been around for over a century, but they never seem to stand the test of time. It's time to stop playing short-lived, frail, crusty leather gloves and start playing with game-changing Claw golf gloves. Exclusive silicone palm provides consistent grip that never blackens, hardens, or tears. Breathable mesh promotes outstanding airflow, keeping hands cool and sweat-free. Add in being machine washable, the Claw delivers more rounds than typical stale old leather gloves. Golfers, it's time to expect more from your golf glove.
Are you an E or a C?
Both have ridgeback.
These are loaded with pay.
Which one are you gaming? Definitely E for me.
It's just so forgiving.
I'm definitely an E.
C is for Cheka. What else?
C is for kill it.
C is me. Low spinning bomb.
So, are you an E or a C?
I don't know. Hey, wait a minute.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
This is Big's Product of the Week. Each week, Big John and the Golf Father select a golf product to feature. Here is Big John Vick and Bill, the Golf Father Quaidus, with this week's Product of the Week.
And this week's Product of the Week. What? Okay. I was just told that the voiceover is ready and we just have to put it together. All right. The new voiceover for Big's Product of the Week with the right names.
Wait, the 2.0.
2.0.
Oh, you can see it in that corner over there. That looks so pretty. I wonder who did that.
Yes. The one and only Greg Wise. Yes.
You got to get the fingers right.
That one. Yep. So, Mr. Greg Wise, what do we got? Yeah, that one. So, I guess let's touch on those questions real quick, and because we got a lot of stuff still to cover. We're gonna break routine because normally we talk about product of the week, but we still have to pick a winner for the shot scope. And I know somebody that still has a shot scope box. Yes. So one of our listeners is gonna get picked today. So that's really cool. I like yours. That's a very good color. I like orange, but I like Billy Blue better. But there you go. Cool. Shot scope giveaway winner is Will G. Will G. You know the rules. Contact us.
Will G, you have 7 days from the day the podcast is posted to contact us by email, bigsgolftalk@gmail.com, and let us know that you are aware you're the winner and we need your shipping information to pass on to the vendor, and the vendor will ship it directly to you.
And Will G, if you don't, they're sending it to me.
Yeah, because Papa needs another one for his
one. He needs another one. Oh my goodness. So we got the winner. We did that. Now let's talk about what we talked about at the end of the show. What are your thoughts about how you had to go through getting the media coverage?
Well, it's pretty much the same situation. Let me start with the interesting part that's never, ever, ever happened to me before.
Okay.
On Tuesday morning, I get this email from Live Golf, and it was like, oh, what's this? And it was a survey from Live Golf media directors that said, how did we do? Well, I answered it. First of all, I've never gotten a response from PGA Tour, LPGA, any of the places that I've been, USGA, to say, how did we do? So I congratulated them first on the fact that they reached out to us and say, how did we do? What can we do better next year? And I said, the unfortunate part is if you ask me a question, you're going to get an answer. You may not like the answer, but here's the answer. I'll stand with my answer. And they did some really, really good things, which were noted. But the main thing that I had a problem with, and you basically go on to Media Credentials, their site, and you fill out the information, and your editor-in-chief usually does it. And you ask for parking passes, and they want a workstation, yes or no. And then they say, we'll be back with you within a week to give you credentials or not approved. Well, the tournament was Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
with practice rounds on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. And I actually didn't get my approval till Monday. So if I wasn't driving down and I had to book a flight, that would be really tough. And if I planned ahead and I had my flight and they said, no, you're disapproved, that would have made me mad. And that's kind of the way I explained it, is the fact that you need to be a little bit more up on it. I applied for.
I know the PGA Tour, they allow you 1 year prior to the event, to most events, to get your, to apply for credentials. And typically it's a few months beforehand before you get approved.
Well, that pretty much has all changed. It's usually about a month and a half out now, and they usually approve within 2 or 3 weeks of you doing it. They have a cutoff time, and then they usually send all the notices that you're done. I applied for LPGA for the QME in Naples, and 2 days later I had an approval. So I know I'm going to Naples in the middle of November. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of thing that writers and photographers like to know, is what to plan for, because you don't want to do everything at the last minute. I mean, that's really, really tough to do.
And the cost is a lot higher too. And there's so much uncertainty.
Yeah. Well, the difference of driving down there is 5 hours from where I live was really nothing, but don't keep me hanging wondering if I'm going or not going.
Yeah.
Because I would have planned something else for that weekend if it was the case.
Especially
now, the other part of,
mm-hmm.
The other part of what you asked in the last segment was, do I feel there'll be repercussions? And I don't feel there will be, but then I've been hesitant to do a live tournament because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they will. I mean, they need to get their message out just as much as live or LPGA, PGA, USGA. They all need their message out, and that's what we're all about, is getting their message out. So
and they certainly don't want a negative message.
Exactly. Well, I mean, what if I came on this show and said the USGA just told me no for the XXX event? It would be like, what? Because we couldn't talk about it. I guess we could talk about it, but we'd talk about it secondhand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that makes sense. But we would hope that they wouldn't do that to the people.
I really don't think they will.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they will.
Yeah, I mean, they're still talking about the coverage. Did you see any like TV cameras? Anything that would?
I seen TV cameras in the photos that he sent me. There's many cameras.
Now, are they just filming it, or is that for like the YouTube and the stuff that they're doing?
Well, the interesting thing that I had a problem with the live tournament also was I was walking around seeing people with big cameras like what I carry, mm-hmm. with no credentials. So who was checking these people? And if they hold media people to within a arm's length of the ropes, if you're inside the ropes and that you're taking pictures, once you the player addresses the ball, you don't snap a picture until making contact with the ball. Total mm-hmm. respect for them. What if somebody snaps a bunch of pictures and he's got a big camera with a big lens, distracts him, and then he says the media sucks?
Yeah. And he doesn't have credentials.
And he didn't get credentials the way we got credentials.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. And did you see that a lot, or just?
Well, you know what? I see that. I see that in baseball itself, that people have these monopod cameras and have these telefocus lenses and stuff like that, and they're just regular people that you buy this in the store, whatever the case might be. And if people are hauling this kind of equipment, to a tournament like that, they could be easily mistaken for media.
Yeah, exactly. We're held to a certain standard, and then somebody comes in with a camera that looks like a standard and it should be a media, and he's just there taking pictures.
Yeah.
Don't really know.
Well, the other thing too is all of a sudden that person's snapping away, and you're nearby, and all of a sudden you get accused of it, and there goes your
Yeah.
credentials.
They point at you, and it's like, I don't want to be pointed at. So
I don't think if you don't have credentials, I don't think that kind of equipment should be allowed in a tournament.
Well, the other side of it is I've seen a lot of people with credentials and inside the rope credentials from every tournament carrying an iPhone or an Android phone.
Right.
Yes.
So and I get the quality, but how do you shoot that and say I'm a professional photographer with an iPhone in your hand?
Well,
you know what,
and
I'm not trying to go against what you do, because much respect in the equipment that you have invested in, the wisest man in golf. But I will tell you that if you put an iPhone 14 Pro Max up against some of this equipment, these pictures, I mean, right now I'm about to get a 14 Pro Max just for the video quality of it.
Yeah.
Because the video quality of it is better than a GoPro.
Exactly. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But if you're going to do studio stuff and you're really going to promote yourself as a quote unquote professional, well, nothing against Apples and Androids, but look professional.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there has to be a difference. I mean, I know that the quality is really good. We've seen, I mean, a lot of my pictures I take on my phone and stuff like that, but I've seen the difference, working with the camera as opposed to your phone, from the response time.
Well, it's also editing too, right? I mean, if you're a good editor, and you have the proper software to say, okay, I'm going to edit this, Greg, I'm sure you use some kind of editing software to either crop or emphasize on a certain area of the photo or whatever the case might be. You can't. I have never. I mean, only on social media have I snapped and shared, but a lot of times I'll take it back into the studio and do some work on it before I publicize it on a website or something like that.
Yeah. It all depends on, your mode and what you want it to show, whether you work on it or just release it. So
a lot of people won't just release it. They want to make sure that it's like, I mean, some of the shots that you've taken have been incredible shots that you've captured, but you'll wake up at the crack of dawn or 5 o'clock in the morning to go get that one shot that, and you already know if you missed it that one day, you're going to go back the next day. So there's certain things that you're going to do and go above and beyond. And the person that's there during the tournament, not everybody's going to
we've witnessed Mr. Wise, like you said, up at early in the dawn and going back at sunset, and putting many, many hours into what he does and the craft that he's developed him for himself.
Yep.
Is certainly undeniable. And, there's people out there like, and I could see Greg's point of view, all of a sudden there's an iPhone and all of a sudden they're putting iPhone pictures in the magazine. But I'm saying the quality of an iPhone, I don't think, and I get the look the part, and I think you can still look the part with smaller equipment, because I mean, a lot of times too is when you travel or you fly, you can protect your own iPhone. A lot of times you can't protect that camera equipment if it's checked baggage.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, I know somebody that beats it. They just drive everywhere.
Cameras, you're with me.
Cameras are with me. I don't have to worry about anybody touching my stuff.
The truck is loaded. I'm ready to go.
Ready to go. We got that 13-hour drive coming. Come on. So yeah, no, I've seen that and I get it. But I think that's everywhere with all of them, and I get it. And a lot of those guys are taking those kind of shots because I've noticed during some of the tournaments they have pictures. People have pictures, and then they start pulling out the pictures at the end when the guys are leaving and hoping somebody will sign it so they can sell them later on and stuff like that. So I'm sure people are out there doing that as well.
Oh yeah, some people have like Bluetooth printers, you know, and they, yeah.
They just want to make a quick buck.
Speaking
for
of,
people that
I
can't.
might look that up.
Well, yeah, the media definitely has not so much the media, but spectators have the realm of, if I sign this, what's it going on? Is it going on eBay or Marketplace?
Yeah.
Because my signature's worth something. And if you get them on a flag and you happen to be the champion that week, it's now worth $250 to somebody. And I bought the flag for $10 and I stood in line to get an autograph.
Yeah.
That's the part that the players don't like because they wouldn't get any of that money.
Exactly. And they want that authenticity. So you'll usually have somebody taking a picture of them signing that item. So people, look, he actually signed it. Here you go. This is how you authenticate unofficially. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's so how much time do we have left?
Oh, we're out of time.
Oh, we're out of time. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, what we're going to tell you real quick is that we have another giveaway that will be posting really, really, really soon. You saw it earlier, so you might as well hit the button real quick, please.
All right. Here we go.
We'll end it that way.
Praise of the week.
We're going to go Golf Forever. How's that? Golf Forever. That might be a hint of what's going to be posted on what's to be given away. Golf Forever is the phrase that pays. All right,
Sounds
let's wrap
good.
it up.
For Amanda, the Golf Diva Censor. For Bill, the Golf Father Cuevas. For Greg, the wisest man in golf, Greg Wise. I am Big John Quick. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And until next week, everybody, God bless. And
you matter.